Hey, Matt. Is that the, are you cosplaying, role-playing as one of the plants? Or no, a zombie, I guess. That's
Yeah,
the
I was
zombie
a
noise.
zombie.
Okay.
You fucking idiot.
I don't know, like the weird piranha plant guy. He could.
Yeah,
he
all
could
of them
sound
make
like
weird
that.
noises. Yeah, they all make pretty silly noises.
They do. This is a very silly game. This is Plants vs. Zombies 2... Garden Warfare 2? Yes.
It's Garden Warfare 2.
Garden Warfare
You
2.
did a very good job at butchering the name.
I nailed it.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10. Just like they butchered my favorite game. No, actually, I like this game a lot.
Yeah, no, I've never played the original one. This is the beta, by the way.
You mean, now when you say the
product.
original one?
Yeah, I mean the original Garden Warfare.
Okay.
I've also never played the original Plants vs. Zombies. I have zero
really?
experience with the Plants vs. Zombies brand.
You've never played Plants vs. Zombies ever?
No.
Really? It's a good game.
It looks fine. It's just not my, like, it's a tower defense kind of thing. And I'm like,
Alright, well, it's good. Anyway, I've played them. I like them. I was just drinking some water.
perfect. Professional.
It was, yeah. I think the audience wants to know how my mouth is. I like this game, actually. So I'm kind of with you. On terms of the original games, I'm not a huge like. It depends. Like if tower defense is done really well, there's like this Kingdoms Rush game on phones. That's like I think the best tower defense game I've ever played.
I've heard of that.
Those are really good. I think Plants vs. Zombies is very good. I played the first one of this, and I thought it was, like, okay. I think I played it in the beta as well, and I was like, this is pretty good. I want to kind of play this with other people. Like, I liked it. I did kind of recognize it. It seemed a little thin on just, like, the kind of characters and stuff. It felt a little bit, it felt like, obviously it's going to be shallow because it's kind of directed at kids, but in terms, even just, like, there's, like, only 3... If I remember, there was like not that many characters on each side.
Yeah, this has a lot of characters. I'm surprised by the amount of classes. There's
yeah,
I think
there's like 8.
Yeah, like 6 or 7, 8.
6 or 7. Yeah, there's like a lot.
There's a number. There's a number
There's
of
at least
classes.
6 on each side. I feel like there's at least 6 at least. And they're all really different. They kind of have. So on each team, they kind of have similar ones, but not really even.
Yeah, like a couple of them are pretty comparable, but some of them are different. Like the Rose one, I can't really think of. Just sort of magic based. Yeah, there's 7. I can't really think of like a comparison to that on the zombie side.
Yeah, they all really do.
This guy here,
pretty different
he
shit.
sort of does like a singular kind of heavy attack.
Yeah, the regular pea shooter is like your standard kind of soldier build in most games. Like he throws a grenade, runs fast, and turns into a turret.
Yeah.
He's like very much the average Joe of plants.
I noticed a lot of these classes actually have the ability to like turn into a mobile turret, which is most
Yeah.
games don't do that, so it's kind of interesting that like half
They
the
worked
classes
in
do
like
that.
kind of the original. I mean, if you think about it, the original game is like basically turrets.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this
So-
mode is like a capture.
It's basically Rush. from
Yeah, it's like
Battlefield.
it's a rush. You capture the points and then you move forward. And if the defending team at any point successfully defends any point, then the match is over.
Right.
And it just kind of determines, the number of bonus points is based on how many you captured, how many you defended.
Right. Like it'll give you extra XP at the end of the match if you did better, obviously.
Yeah.
Which I have to. So the map extensions, just talking about like the themes of the map. So this one is the space map, and it takes you through like right now you're outer space, and then you go kind of into this dome area, and then you go into like this underground area, like this kind of mining area.
Yes, definitely tell them about it because I don't get that far in this match.
That's sad. But so, yeah, it really expands in terms of like, and the Battlefield games do this pretty good where like it changes the feel, obviously design-wise,
Yeah.
but this one, like the theme on this map is the same, but on the other one, it like legitimately is like, because it's almost like a theme park, almost like time travel-y thing, because Plants vs. Zombies 2 is time travel-y themed. It like literally every different area you go through, there's literally a teleporter, and it's actually a different time.
Yeah,
and
it
place
feels
in
like a
the world.
completely different map, really.
Yeah, it's kind of fantastic. I really like that about it. Like even on this map, in the that keeps the same moon theme. So now we're inside, and anti-gravity is gone.
Yeah.
And that's pretty neat. That like the first part of the map is anti-gravity, and then it's gone. And then as you go further into this, like, it continues to, continues to give you different parts of this base. And it's like storytelling through multiplayer maps in a way that's, like, kind of fascinating, especially for, like, what I'm saying is Plants vs. Zombies did a surprisingly good job at like, giving you different environments to play and almost telling a story.
Kind
like,
of.
Through its like, that's kind of a crazy thing.
The classic tale of Plants versus rotting corpses.
Yeah, I just thought it was really, like, I am very impressed with the level of quality throughout this.
Yeah, there's a lot to look at on the environments. Almost too much, I would say, because this game,
it can get
when
cluttered
you
sometimes,
first
definitely.
pull up this game,
Yeah.
you have no idea what's going on. There are
I
people shooting everywhere. You don't know what the abilities are. The game actually does have a thing that does explain them to you, but, like, I didn't know that. I just kind of jumped in. And so I'm like, I don't know what any of this does. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I'm doing. Everything's exploding. Who am I shooting?
Yeah.
The environment is just super colorful and distracting. And
like, there's almost great visual effects, like, where, like, now when I see it, I know exactly what's happening here. Like,
yes.
But if this is your first time playing this game, you're seeing all this, and you're like, it's beautiful, but what is this color explosion? Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
But I would also say, like, I think after 3 games, like, I think at first it's funny because this is obviously a game that's kind of going to be, aiming at kids probably more. So it's funny, though, that, like, to start off, it's kind of difficult to get a handle on because there's so much visual stimulus.
Yes.
It's like, Jesus Christ, what even is this? But I would say after, like, 3 or 4 games, I was, like, very much acclimated to it and just
I
kind of
agree.
appreciating
I would say that's pretty accurate. You kind of get used to its flavor of crazy.
Yeah. I was just, like, it did, I don't know, it did thoroughly surprise me how, like, well where, like, you're walking through it and, like, they legitimately, like, almost not tell a story, but you know what I mean, environmental storytelling, where, like, so this area is, like, kind of, like, the hangout spot with a lot of these things, and, like a cool area, and, like, then I noticed in the next area, when I was defending as a zombie on this map, there's, like, a lounge area for, like, and there's, like, musical stuff. And then there's, like, in the space area outside, like, obviously this year still on outer space, you're on the moon here, but in the one space station, like, there's just, like, this random room outside that has spray painted on the wall. There's, like, a picture of there's, like, a piece of ham, and it says ham shot first.
Oh.
I know.
Okay,
good one.
Nope.
That's pretty. You loved that.
No, I'm gonna go uninstall this game off my PS4 right now.
I thought that was, I was like, oh man, good one. Like, it's really cheesy.
That's very much the tone they're going for, though, and I can kind of get into that.
I have to say too, so in just kind of going with the art style and execution of it, you know how, like, some games they're colorful and different, and they're like, we're colorful and different, and it is like, look at us, we are colorful and different. This game is that, but I feel like oddly it's not tooting its own horn, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you remember when like, in terms of the advertising and just kind of like how the game was received with what was that Xbox One game where you were flying around and painting shit, or not painting stuff,
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive. I felt like that game was very much like, check it out, right? Where it was very it like
Certainly
knew what it was doing.
Marketing.
Yeah, definitely the marketing. Maybe not the game so much, but the marketing definitely did that. But at least when I was playing this, I didn't get any feeling of, like, sometimes I think it was very honest with its like its lore and its place in the world, which is, like, a weird thing to say, but, like, it was so odd how
I definitely think some of the
good it
marketing
was.
I remember the first one had, like, the opening trailer was like a parody of the Battlefront trailer, or not Battlefront, Battlefield trailer, and just sort of the aesthetic. At times, it does seem like they're, like, a little, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That, like, I don't know. That's kind of hit or miss depending on who you are. Yeah, so we get swamped badly in this one. My team sucks.
Yeah, you guys only got one space ahead. Now, does this footage show the other map in it?
Yes, it shows the other map, and I switched to the zombies.
Fantastic.
We didn't talk at all about any of the classes on the plants.
Yeah, we can do that now. We got the other half of the video to
I think my biggest problem with the plant side is I haven't found a class I like yet. Like, they're all okay.
So
I don't have, like, the one class.
I kind of had that too. I think this morning I
opened up a pack. Look at that.
Yeah,
okay,
you got a character pack.
Oh, listen to that.
I really do like. Oh, and it's for the character you were playing.
Yeah.
Well, at least in the beginning.
And you won't get to see this at all. Because I'm going to switch to zombies.
It's true, because you'll be on the zombies. So I guess we'll talk about the card packs for a minute. These are the different card packs. That one that you're seeing right there, that's 2,000, it just gives you plants that you can, so near the capture areas, there are pots, and you can plant them. And there are also, when you're attacking or defending, or no, when you're attacking, there you can also grow. So if you're a plant, you can grow plants that walk and assault the space with you.
Yeah.
And if you're if you're attacking your zombie, you raise different zombies.
Some creeps.
And so, right, some creeps basically to kind of go and march with you, and you get experience for raising them. But also what's interesting is, so there's another pack, so then there's the middle pack, which gives you visuals. That one's really expensive. It's like 75,000 coins. But also, each match you get like 6,000 coins. Maybe more. Like sometimes I got like 10,000 coins if you do well.
Yeah,
you
which
know?
I kind of brought up the point when we were playing earlier where we think that seems like an okay amount.
Yeah, that seems like a fair amount.
But they're definitely going to have the microtransactions in this game when it comes
you
out.
will definitely be able to buy those.
And it makes me wonder if that number is, the amount they're giving you right now is a little bit higher because it's a beta. And they want people to access that stuff, but then when the actual game comes out and those sweet microtransactions are in there,
I sure hope
lower.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't either. But I have seen that happen. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I think they might be good on it.
All right, check out my sweet little buddy and his awesome Mass Effect armor.
This is my favorite zombie, and actually, did you see the guy to your right? He's the same zombie. There he is. The same little dude zombie that Jean-Luc is. There he is, right in front of Jean-Luc.
Yeah.
So that one actually has different guns.
No. He has like the little Mass Effect Carnifex gun.
Some of the visual costumes. So this Mass Effect one is like obviously it's a Mass Effect one because EA, they own that.
Mm-hmm.
So this dude has different pistols. His pistols are like single shot. If you use the other outfit on this zombie Jean-Luc, it is like spray and pray pistols,
That's
automatic pistols.
Because I don't get to show it off here, but I do get in the mech and then die very quickly in it, as you'll see in a second. But the N7 version of the mech, or Z7,
is just painted right. Is painted.
Well, it looks just like the armor, but also it has a melee attack that is straight up just the Omni Blade for Mass Effect 3.
Right.
I was like, oh shit!
I noticed
like,
that was different. I
really
was like,
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not just cosmetic. It actually is.
There are actually gameplay ramifications for changing certain.
It doesn't seem like in a way that necessarily is like, it's
I
clearly
wouldn't say
better.
No, I don't think it's better. I actually stopped playing, even though I like the visuals of this outfit more. I switched to the other one because I like those pistols more.
Yeah, I don't like.
And
the
actually,
single
I got a
shots
little.
As much. They're not as good.
Yeah, I don't like the single shots as much, and I also I got a mustache for the regular one, so then I had to rep that.
Oh yeah, see, I'm gonna pull my.
And here you're gonna call in. So yeah, also all those
like
zombies
that
and
little
plants.
Titanfall reference, probably.
I kind of love that. Yeah, that's kind of the best. Also, as you probably noticed, all the zombies and plants have these crazy abilities, like Jean-Luc called down a fucking Titan and marched into battle and tried to do something and died immediately. You're bad at video games, Jean-Luc.
Sorry.
But yeah, so they all have like really different abilities, and I like how...
I like this guy a lot. This guy's great.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's like the
sniper.
sniper.
What's funny is I would say, he's like the sniper, but I think he's also kind of similar to the flower because his gun is
he's got a
similar
shotgun.
to hers.
And then
he has a shotgun?
No, so that's a shotgun right now. And then when you zoom in, it becomes a sniper.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he has like a parrot he can summon that becomes like a little turret, and then he has his cannons.
Yeah.
He's really cool.
This is what's so baffling to me about this game. Because I think we've covered all that stuff, and I'm not wrapping up, but I kind of wanted to give him credit here. It's shocking to me. I was kind of saying how well made the art is, but the game also feels to me fairly balanced. When I was switching through the plants, I think I actually like the sunflower plant the most now, but I also like the cactus, and I like a bunch of them for different reasons. But the game is surprisingly well balanced for basically at least.
Ready?
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna wreck him. Oh,
yeah,
look at that. Oh, look at
my
that.
God, that thing was so good. When I was using that, I was like, oh, this is the sickest. Like, thank you. The game is, I think the maps are, in terms of like level design, I think they're really well done. They felt balanced to me. The characters, there's 12 character classes that all have 3 different abilities, and they have varying weapons and abilities within the cosmetic changes, so that's more variation on these characters. Like, that's a lot to do for what could be seen by some as like, well, this is a cash grab. Like, not only is it not a cash grab, it's different from, like, this is almost more interesting. Like, I really like Star Wars Battlefield because it's kind of simple and pared down, but this is like that, but with more flavor. It's like, oh, there's only like 5 guns in that game, and like, I kind of liked all the pared downness in the Star Wars theme, but then when I was playing this, I was like, this is almost that, but then with just more fun thrown in. Like, they were just allowed to, like, obviously it's different studios that handled it,
yeah.
But this is kind of like, this is like, they had, I don't know, maybe the next Battlefront, they'll do the same thing, they'll also step it up a notch, you know, maybe like, which is funny how, maybe it'll carry the same trajectory, but it's just, it was crazy to me that, like, this game has such good core basic everything for the shooter stuff, you know? Not even just in terms of the shootering feel of it, but also like how all of the mechanics come together. It was shockingly well done. Like, I really, like, I think I'm gonna buy it. Like, after I played it with you yesterday, I was like, I think I'm kind of done. I woke up and I was like, alright, so I'm probably gonna play Call of Duty. I was like, actually, I think I'm gonna play Plants vs. Zombies. And I was playing it, and I was having so much fun. And I was just kind of shocked. I was like, this is just... Like, at first I was having fun because of the spectacle and how insane it was, but then I started getting into, like, oh wait, if I level up, I can get different stuff for my little zombie dude, the little squishy guy, and I was like really excited to see what different kind of
this guy's
things
cool.
he would get.
Like, his alternate thing, he's like a computer nerd. And he fires like digital code at people.
That's awesome.
A shotgun spray of code.
The nerd zombie, right?
God, yeah, and then he has like this teleport thing.
I really like his backpack changing things and spewing out numbers. Like, that's kind of fantastic.
Yeah, and then he also heals. Which is
oh, really? I didn't. Oh shit! I should play him. I like healing people.
Yeah, this guy's pretty cool.
Oh, so he's like the sunflower.
Yeah, I think he's the sunflower equivalent. Yeah, so this game is $60 apparently.
Okay.
Which,
so I think, was it 60
state,
last time? Do we know how much it was when the first one came out?
Oh, I don't know, but I should state, the beta right now only has the multiplayer. But you can go through the menu area, which is kind of this hub world, and look at all this stuff. And they had like there's a split screen mode. There was like, it looked like some sort of maybe like horde mode. There looked like there was a lot of extra stuff in this game. Like, I don't know if there's like a full-on single-player campaign. I honestly don't know, but there's definitely more to it than just the multiplayer. Even though I'd say the multiplayer is probably like where the meat of it is at. Like, that's probably where you spend most of your time.
Right, and if you're like me or some other people, I think there's a lot of people like this, to be honest, who basically buy Call of Duty or shooters, you know, whatever, you're buying it for the multiplayer. Like, people, I get why people think Star Wars Battlefront is too thin, and like, it's not for me, but I get that. I don't have that complaint at all with this, where like, just in terms of like, just the...
I mean, I really don't know the particular feeling from the overall community on this, but I'm not hyped into the PvZ community.
No, me,
the way the kids are.
Look, I don't think anyone is. But like, even if they were to say like, okay, it has like 6 maps and like these are all the different characters or whatever, there's still so much more variation just in the characters in this game than in the Star Wars, you know what I mean? Like, than in the Star Wars game. And also, like, what we didn't get to in the beta, there's going to be like attributes that you get for your characters. So there's going to be like different abilities, not just like the abilities that you call up, but different customizations for the character where you can change the abilities and swap them out for different things. So like, even more kind of like mixing it up and different things that you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I think about it, EA owns the Star Wars game license, so we could they could just put some sweet Star Wars
PvZ. I actually really like this guy.
Yeah, this guy's cool.
So this is interesting. Okay, so this is the one with the speaker.
This guy decided to.
Someone.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Decided to lull us with his sweet humming.
With his thank you, internet
thank
man,
you, Forza,
for your
NSF.
music. Forza NFSNX. That's a good name.
That's not
so right now you're playing that zombie dude.
SFX.
That's like the construction zombie. Good mute.
Yeah, hey, Plants vs. Zombies, that took me way too long to mute that guy. I had to go through multiple, nah, it should just be one hit.
Yeah. So right now you're playing this is like the construction guy, and the reason he has a megaphone is he's like a construction worker, and he gets on a jackhammer and he goes around. But this is the alternate skin, which has subwoofers and kind of like thumping bass the whole time you're using him, which I thought was fun.
It's just like, I just want to listen to my jams, bro.
And so you see how he's got like the shotgun, right? Where it's like the Soundwave shotgun. The regular weapon is like a grenade launcher. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah, that's like a completely different weapon. Wow.
Yeah, it's super different. And when I played him the first time, I played as the sound one, and I charged into battle on my whatever it was, the jackhammer, and I went in and I was just shotgunning people with the sound waves, and I was like da 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 da, and it was super fun. I had a great time. And then I tried the other one. I was like, wait, this is a grenade launcher now. So the same gameplay, like the same method of using the character didn't work because I charged in on the jackhammer and started shooting. Like, it's not good at close range. It's distinctly more of a long range weapon.
I feel like that's definitely taken some influences from like Team Fortress 2 and sort of like the multiple weapons and how like that can actually change the classes a lot. Yeah, again, this guy sort of turns into a mobile turret.
I love the turret characters. They're so fun. I love turning into a turret.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I know that's like a thing that like I think in some games that can get like boring, like you're doing a story mode and it's like hop in this turret and shoot at a thing. But like in multiplayer, it's kind of fun because you're like mowing down people that are like shitting on you the whole time, and you're like, fuck you, I'm in a turret now. I'm the turret.
Yeah. I didn't like the melee guy on the plant side, the little like piranha dude, the almost Mario copyright dude.
I don't like him at all. That's the one character that I'm like.
But I like this guy.
I did talk to someone today that does like him, so I guess to each their own. But
I know, but I was like, oh man, like maybe melee just kind of sucks in this game. But then I tried this guy, and I'm like, no, this guy's cool.
Yeah, this dude's
guy.
Badass.
So,
this dude does work.
Yeah, I think the other
as you're seeing right now, Jean-Luc is just he's just basically doing like Juggernaut in Dota has this thing. I mean, that's like a thing in a lot of things. But you know, the hero spins around and does damage, and you can't like stun him. Yeah, that's basically what that move is. Also, that was just like a Kamehameha.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
And he has a laser. He has a ranged weapon.
And he has a ranged weapon. So like that's
way better.
Way better than the way better than the melee creep dude on the other team. So we're kind of nearing the end of the video. So overall, you don't play a lot of multiplayer shooters. You probably aren't gonna get it. But like, what kind of?
Probably not. But that's no knock against this game. That's just kind of who I am. But I definitely think this is a very well-made game for sure.
Yeah, which is like I know I've said it a couple times, is still super shocking to me because this is still Plants vs. Zombies. Do you remember like? I think we were watching E3 together. We were working together at the time over media services, and at E3 they announced the first one. They were like Plants vs. Zombies, and we're like, it's gonna be a first-person shooter. These idiots, they're gonna ruin Plants vs. Zombies for everybody. And they announced it. We're like, haha, fucking idiots. And then we're like, oh, that one was pretty good. And now this
people like that one apparently.
Yeah, and people liked it, and like I thought it was okay. I didn't get it, but I played this and I'm like, oh god, it's better. It's like a really good one, and I might buy it, and I don't know what's wrong with me and the world. Like it defied all expectations so well, and was actually also just like continued to be good past that initial shock.
Totally.
So I was very pleased with my time. Probably gonna play it more, to be honest, after we're done recording this audio.
Well, fantastic. Plants vs. Zombies. Check it. If nothing else, for this sweet, sweet loading music. It's pretty good.
It's true. Let's shut us up and listen to it. It's so good. Anyway, you should check this out. If there's not going to be time probably by the time you listen to it to download it. It's up till the 18th, so tomorrow. So if by some miracle this gets uploaded today or tomorrow, but maybe not. I don't know what Jean-Luc's doing with his life. Anyway, check it out.
Yeah.